Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're going from Paphos to Coral Bay. So let's have the map up first of all, and it's a fairly basic map, don't really need it to be honest, but there you go. We're going to go along the coast road to St George's Beach area, then we're going to carry along the coast road to the junction with Kisonaga, and carry on the coast road till we get to Coral Bay Strip roundabout, and then we're going to go through Coral Bay Strip and then finish at Corallia Beach. And of course the big question is, can I drive from Paphos to Coral Bay without hitting a single red light? I try this every time I drive this route, and so far the answer is no, I can't. But I live in hope, and we'll find out as we go along. A few traffic lights. Camera's got a slight tilt on it. That's better. Now if you turn left there, you get to Lighthouse Beach. And thus ended the dream for yet another film, a red light straight away. Oh well, at least we can concentrate on the film now. You got T for 2 on the right and the new bus station. I don't think there's been any change in the route, because I know when it introduced there are quite a few people who were annoyed that you could no longer go from the harbour all the way to Coral Bay without changing at, having to change rather, at Tomb of the Kings bus station, but whether that's still the case, I don't know. Right, we're just coming up to Tomb of the Kings roundabout now. And on the right, you can't really see it, but there's some little statues there. That's where the Paphos FC football shop is, where presumably one of the places you can go to get tickets and memorabilia for Paphos Football Club. And Tomb of the Kings itself is on the left. You know that you can park the car in there. Can't remember exactly how much it cost. It was under €5 to visit Tomb of the Kings, and the car park's free. So. They're very good in Cyprus actually with regards to car parking. There's another red light here. Disgusting. You don't get scalp like you do in the UK. And on the left here is Venus Beach Hotel, and Little on the right. And to actually get to Venus Beach in the car though, you wait till you get to the Capital Coast turning just up here. And you turn left there, and then you turn left straight again before you get down to the hotel. That was an orange light that went through there. I'm just coming to the end of the dual carriageway now. Not sure what this lorry was doing. I think he was lost. And now we're leaving the centre of Paphos. And entering Cloaca. Actually, we've done that already, because when just before we left the dual carriageway was where one of the gateways to Paphos is, which would indicate the Cloaca is just after it. Now we're coming up to, on the left is the King Evolfon Hotel. And there's a tiny little necropolis, it's not worth seeing really, on the right as well. But if you're stuck there waiting for someone, go and have a quick look. And then go, why did I bother? So now we're on the main coast road. And if you like what you see in our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. The more you do that, the more it benefits us with the YouTube algorithm. It's always nice to keep friendly with that. And if you want to help us out financially, go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Life and bung us a few coffees. All coffees gratefully received, I can assure you. And if you want something back in return, go to our Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/Paphos Life. And there you can buy all sorts of memorabilia about Paphos, featuring photographs that we've taken, calendars, phone covers, mugs, you name it. Have a look. Perfect place to find a late Christmas present. Very good petrol station on the left just there we're passing. And the next big thing I guess we're coming up to will be St. George's Beach area and the Louis Ledver Hotel Splash Resort. A little way to go yet. There's an interesting coffee shop on the left you can just see, where all the seating areas in an old double-decker bus. Presumably it was one of those wedding buses at one point to drive around the cities, which has since gone into retirement and now serves as a seating area. So yeah, turn left here for St. George's Beach and St. George's Chapel and St. George's Beach Hotel. But we're going straight on. Oh, it's the Leonardo Lorva, sorry. I called it Louis Ledver. I do apologise. And there are a number of other hotels along the route here, but I'm not about naming the hotels in this film. I will do one like I did a definitive guide for the hotel strip. I'll do one for this route as well one day. Excuse me. You got Baraka's Lounge on the left there now, which is very nice. You can put, I don't know if it's open at the moment actually, saying that, but when it is open, it's a very nice place if you're going to walking on the coast path, just to have a coffee and a bite to eat. And there's some nice Instagram friendly features there, like a big heart and a huge chair, which makes sense if you actually see it. Right, up we're coming up to Lembar and Sandy Bay now, which will be just on the left. If you remember that recent film I did where I walked through a park up in Lembar and it's very overgrown, that's where the river that ran through it ends up, just by Sandy Bay. And if you've been following the coast path from Paphos, it ends at Sandy Bay, and you can go off-piste up to Kisonaga Coast Path, but you do have to go on the road for part of that because basically they're building a bridge at one point for the coast path and that's not finished yet. And there's also other bits where you have to just clamber over rocks really, so basically for all intents and purposes it ends at Sandy Bay. Here are some of those banana plantations that I had to scramble through when I was doing my report on the route between Sandy Bay and Kisonaga. And all I can say is be careful if you do enter a banana plantation, because I got a very nasty rash after I did it. And I don't intend going in one again, basically, put it that way. And if you want to explore the Kisonaga Coast Path itself, which is really nice, then at the top of this hill you turn left. No, it's a perfect place if you've pigged out on your Christmas dinner and you want to just give your stomach a time to clear, basically. It's very pretty. Talking of stomachs, you have to excuse my little rumble. It's interesting up here. Was it this bit? Because they'd put bollards by the side of the road, but if you look, every single one of them has been squashed. They either need to get, this is weird what was going on here. They were doing some work on the manholes and they just put a couple of cones up without any sort of guidance for drivers coming in either direction, so it's a bit of anarchy. And this poor tourist in front of me was getting a bit confused by it all. So I eventually overtook her. There's a dotted bit where I rejoined my lane though, so I claim innocence there. Anyway, we're coming up to the CU Beach Bar now. There on the left, and we're in the wider area is called Pottimer Bay. And rumour has it, as I keep mentioning, that this is where it's not a rumour, but this is where the Paphos Marina will go once they finish building Shangri-La down the road, basically. As it stands, the beach here itself has got steadily improved over the last few years, and it's quite nice now. It's got sand there, deck chairs and sunbeds and a lifeguard. Wouldn't be surprised if they're lobbying for blue flag status soon. And if they do build a marina here though, they've really got to think about what they're going to do about the road, because it's fine okay at the moment, but at times it can be completely solid along here. And I know there are plans to improve it over the next few years, but all I can say is hopefully they'll take a shorter time than the one when they were improved Tomb of the King's Road, because that took years. At the time we were visiting Cyprus every year on holiday. We hadn't moved here yet, and we were staying in Capital Coast, which we passed earlier on, and it was just like a bomb site outside it. I mean, you get around it, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't ruin your holiday. I can't stand people who say, oh, there are roadworks, my holiday was ruined. If your holiday depends on the roads being perfect, then I don't know what sort of holiday you're looking for. Just take it in your stride. Favourite saying they have in Cyprus is "siga siga," when they're talking about how long roads take to make or whatever. "Siga siga," I mean slowly, slowly. It's good advice if you're trying to do something in the middle of the summer though. Take it nice and slowly and you'll be able to finish the job rather than collapse in the heat. But when it applies to road building, it can be a bit of a pain. Anyway, we're coming up to Corallia Bay Strip and the junction there. There's a nice Christmas tree obviously on the roundabout, which will look nice at night anyway, put it that way. And here's the strip itself, looking as lovely as it has been. The recent rains has made it look how it's supposed to. And the trees are beginning to grow, what they planted, which will bring the shade that was so clamoured for. Still can't believe some people were saying they'd only planted about 6 or 8 trees here. It's just like, there was far too much misinformation out there. I wouldn't mind, but it's demonstrably easy to prove that there are more trees than that. You just got to go there. And we got Cali Resort and Spa on the right, which is looking very nice now, but it's been renovated from the old Crown Resorts Horizon. And we're coming down into Corallia Bay Beach itself, and because I was in my own car this time, I'm about to take you on a drive down to the beach level itself. So we'll be turning in here. If you've got a regular car, you might want to, especially in a busy time, park up here. I mean, these days it's not that bad a road at all down here. In the past it used to be quite a lot worse. But on busy periods there is a chance that you could get boxed in. Which is not worth the risk in my opinion. But you can see they've taken off all the deck chairs and sunbeds on Coral Bay now. There are still a few at Corallia Beach, I seem to recall, but only a couple. But the beach isn't closed. You can still go on the beach and bring your own towel, etc. And some people prefer it that way as well, I think. People are out there swimming as well, so the water's can't be that cold. Probably too cold for me. Put my hand up and say that. When I first got to Cyprus, I was like, I remember the first year I went swimming New Year's Eve, and these days, if it comes to October, I'm thinking the water's a bit chilly. That's how I can survive like 45 degrees centigrade during the summer. So your body adapts. So we're leaving Coral Bay Beach. And we're heading towards Corallia Beach. I do take a slightly different route than what I normally do in this film, because someone had asked me, said, oh, if you'd gone that way, you'd have seen my villa. I don't know if I go this the other way enough to see your villa, mate, whoever you were. Can't remember off the top of my head. But if I do, please enjoy the view. So normally I'd turn down here. But we're going straight on. A few taverns and things. I think there's a fish and chip shop here as well on the left, just there. And now I'm turning here. So if one of those is your apartments, there you go. Still standing. No graffiti on it. And the area is nice and tidy too. And you're very close, as you will see, to Corallia Beach. So well done you for having a nice place like that. So we'll turn right here. And we'll be finishing at Corallia Beach. Now sometimes in the winter this gate here is closed. I don't know why. It just is. We're going to be driving down to the end of the car park here. They've been piling up sand as well, excuse me, from the beach presumably to the top area here, presumably to stop it getting washed away in the storms. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next film. Cheers!